Okay, hi guys. Rico, get off and Stitch. Hey. Alright, hi guys. This is my first YouTube episode. Don't mind the summer tan. Sorry, so for my first episode, I kind of wanted to talk about grad school applications and just like applications in general and the whole process and the stress and the anxiety of it. So I graduated with my studio art degree at San Francisco State University in 2018. And since then, I've just been taking my time, taking it slow. I wanted to really go into the workforce and try to get a job in the realm of art or fashion. And so that's what I did. I got a job at Northern Simon Museum, but as security, not as someone doing like the background curatorial or art setup or anything like that. And then after I got that job, I had a old classmate reach out to me from LA Trade Tech and said, hey, come interview for this company I work with. And so I went, I interviewed. I had to interview twice. But I got into the fashion industry. I worked there for like a year and a half, 2 years, but got laid off due to COVID-19. And so I really started thinking about, I have to go back to school, you know? So some of you guys don't know this, but I had applied to USC. I wanted to get into the curatorial sphere of, museum and art, and do that for my master's. It was between that and going back for another art degree, which, for me, I think it wasn't the right move given COVID-19. Anywho, I got rejected because I had only applied to one school, USC, and I didn't have any backup colleges. Like, that's the first mistake I did, and I didn't have a lot of people to reach out to write a recommendation for me. A lot of the people had not gotten back to me when I emailed them about a recommendation, or some of the professors had moved on from SF State, so I couldn't contact them to see if they could write me a recommendation, which I kind of regret. I should have, when I think about it, I should have put more of an effort of applying to grad school while I was still in school, instead of taking like a year in between and pursuing a career. I should have put in more effort towards that. Anywho, now after getting rejected, I was like, well, maybe the art sphere isn't for me, and I started taking computer science classes and thinking like, this is like more my speed. This is an industry that has a lot of opportunity, and it's gonna pay well. So I started taking math classes and computer science classes, which I realized just wasn't for me. And on top of that, the classes were asynchronous, online, and when it came to some of the harder courses that I was taking, it just didn't work because the teacher was not really that helpful, and she didn't really she was very condescending. Anyhow, sorry. So yeah, I had applied to Cal State University Long Beach, and I had applied to UC Davis in 2021 thinking, hey, I'm gonna go back to school and get a second undergrad degree and get it in the sciences this time, which just wasn't the case. Like, I just didn't have the prereqs that I was supposed to have before trying to transfer out, and probably just very competitive at the time, given, you know, it's still COVID-19 era, and people are thinking about going back to school, you know. Yeah, and then that leads me to kind of now, like a year ago, where I have to think about a different trajectory because that's not going to work out either. Like, what do I really want to do? What was my initial dream? And I had to think back, oh yeah, what did I want to do when I was in high school? Like, you know, and when I was in high school, it was between fashion design and law school, because I really liked politics at the time, and government history. So that was an interest of mine. So I kind of wanted to go back and think about that and really look into it. All right, stay tuned for part 2